Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Whitney Van Laningham, and we've got to talk about the possibility of Namor's longtime rival Attuma joining the MCU's villain lineup in Wakanda Forever. Rumor has it that he and Namor will appear in Black Panther 2, so today I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Attuma and speculate on how his updated character design might be incorporated into the MCU. Fans have been speculating for several years now that Prince Namor of Atlantis and his underwater crew would show up in the films, and the MCU has been teasing his eventual appearance for over a decade now. In Iron Man 2, a map can be seen in the background showing markers on and off the coast of the African continent. The dot in Africa is obviously Wakanda, but the one in the ocean has to be Namor's under-the-sea kingdom of Atlantis. Also, when questioned about what's going on with the underwater earthquakes off the coast of Wakanda in Endgame, Okoye says that their people are dealing with it by not dealing with it. Was it possible that she was being intentionally vague to downplay any conflict the Wakandans might be having with the Atlanteans? It seems likely. According to a recent leak of concept art from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, actor Tenoch Huerta will play the role of the Submariner, and additional images show Shuri, Okoye, Namor, and Attuma. Interestingly, both Namor and Attuma are decked out in Aztec-influenced attire as opposed to their traditional costumes from the comics, suggesting that Marvel may be leaning away from their Atlantean comic storyline, likely to avoid any similarities with DC's Aquaman. If the MCU does decide to introduce the Aztec pantheon, we may even see yet another realm of the afterlife, the Tlalocan. Knowing that Namor's longtime rival Attuma will be a part of Wakanda Forever provides a layer of gray that we might see explored within the film. All reports indicate that Namor will be the primary villain of the movie, but comic fans know that this anti-hero has played on the side of the Avengers from time to time, so we might see the makings of a redemption story in his character arc. Similar to how the first Black Panther focused on an internal fight for the Wakandan throne, Namor's position of leadership might not be uncontested, and Attuma could be seeking to oust him. But who exactly is Attuma? This aquatic warlord first appeared in 1961's Fantastic Four 33 as Namor's oceanic nemesis, but his full backstory was fully explained in the 2000s. In 2011's Fear Itself, The Worthy Number 6, we learn that Attuma comes from the Skara tribe, a group of Homo mermanus beings exiled long ago from Atlantis. A long-standing prophecy among their people proclaimed that a warrior from this tribe would one day conquer Atlantis by force, and that prediction eventually came true with the birth of Attuma. Born on the battlefield of a war between the Skara tribe and their enemy Rorschach, Attuma survives, but sadly his mother dies in the process. He's discovered clutching a blood clot that he ripped from his mom's heart with his sticky little baby hands, and Rorschach thinks that this is so badass and metal that he immediately starts believing the prophecy to be about Attuma. Rorschach enslaves the women and children of the Skara tribe, but Attuma thrives in spite of Rorschach's control, growing strong enough to lead a revolt against his captor, and subsequently dedicates his life to taking down Namor and Atlantis. Attuma is clearly a formidable force. Like all Atlanteans, Attuma can see in pitch-black darkness, and his other senses work underwater with pinpoint clarity. He has incredible strength, speed, agility, and durability, which at one point is enhanced by Dr. Doom to match Namor's skills in hopes of convincing him to take down their common enemy together. Attuma's signature weapon is a three-pronged sword, but at one point in the comics, he also got a hold of an Asgardian hammer. It's unlikely that we'll get a Thor connection in Wakanda Forever, but it's too kick-ass not to mention. In 2020's King in Black Namor series, we see Attuma and Namor briefly allied in their teenage years, as the Skara tribe tries to mend political fences with the Atlanteans, teaming up with the Swift Tides to fight oceanic baddies. Unfortunately, Attuma's father, along with the rest of the Chasm people, are killed, and Attuma swears vengeance against the Atlanteans for ostracizing their people. This is what sets up the events of the comics in the 60s and onwards, which tell stories across 6 decades that mostly end in Attuma's failure to defeat Namor and conquer Atlantis, despite his powerful army and ruthless fighting. In 2012's Avengers vs. X-Men number 7, Namor destroyed Wakanda with a tidal wave, ending a brief allyship with T'Challa in the wettest, most horrible way possible. Because of this conflict, the Atlantean Empire was also weakened. This prompted Attuma to reach out to Namor, offering to join forces with him, restore Atlantis to its former glory, and defeat the Wakandans once and for all. Although Attuma and Namor became buddies at certain points in the comics, I think that they're going to go a different route in Wakanda Forever. Borrowing from both Black Panther number 21 and Squadron Supreme number 12, I think we're going to eventually see a begrudging allyship form, not between Attuma and Namor against Wakanda, but between Namor and Wakanda against Attuma. Perhaps mirroring T'Challa and Killmonger's conflict from the first film, Namor might see that the bloodlust that Attuma has against the surface world will only perpetuate a cycle of violence, and that peaceful solutions might be a better path forward. With T'Challa's passing, this could present a chance for his successors to resolve conflict with diplomacy and prove their merit as the new leader of Wakanda. If Attuma is played as a foil to Namor, the warrior might refuse any form of peace and opt for the aquatic equivalent of scorched earth. We might also see Attuma receiving some sort of edge against Namor from a mystery benefactor. A mystery benefactor later revealed to be Dr. Doom, echoing their team up from the comics and branching the story of Wakanda Forever into the larger tapestry of Phase 4 and beyond. We did just get a Fantastic Four tease with Reed Richards in the Multiverse of Madness after all, so we know Doom is a-coming. If Attuma does end up being a secret villain in Wakanda Forever, it'll likely take Namor, the Wakandans, and Ironheart to stop Attuma from taking over the surface world. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at WhitneyPuppy, follow New Rockstars, subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love, and thanks for watching. Bye!